Testing 1 2 3. What is going on, guys? Casey Sanchez here with Casey Sanchez Fitness, and today I'm going to be doing my first ever Q&A video. Now, I did make a post on Thursday, I believe, and it's almost going to be a week since I said I was going to do a Q&A. But I sincerely apologize. This has been way past due, and we're going to get right into it. So thank you for everyone who submitted a question, and I'll be announcing the winner of the Relentless ANS pre-workout at the end of this video. So stay tuned and let's get into it. By the way, excuse the squeaking noise that you hear in the background. That's just simply the house. I cannot control that. So all right, now let's get into it. Jason Aragon asked, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Love the video, huge fan. All right, guys, where do I see myself in 5 years? Honestly, I want to be the best physique and Casey Sanchez that I can be. Yeah, it sounds cliche, but I have so much room to grow, guys. I want to have bigger arms, bigger chest, be more well proportioned, and have symmetry in my physique, as well as I can honestly say right now I'm very excited about my men's physique show. So possibly maybe be, Mr. Olympia, men's physique, and that'd be a great goal in 5 years from now. And to hopefully have a great fan base where I can connect and share videos on YouTube and grow my channel and inspire and touch others. I just want to really get to know as much people as possible and help as much people as possible in the fitness industry. So that's where I see myself in 5 years. Next question from Jonathan. How can protein shakes help someone get abs, and how often and what types? So protein shakes or protein supplements or just protein in general, the body definitely takes more time to break protein. So it breaks carbs first, fat, and then protein. So let's say you have more intake of protein than fat and carbs. That simply means that your body will not want to break down protein, but it has no other choice. Once it runs through carbs, and that's why there's people like, oh, I'm on a low carb diet, or high fat, high protein diet, simply because once the body runs through carbohydrates, it's only got another source, which is fat and then protein to break down. For me personally, I think that I like to stick to protein sources, meaning chicken breast, clean sources of fish like cod, tilapia, salmon, and every once in a while some red meat, some steak in there, definitely eggs and plant-based proteins such as your legumes or your peanuts and stuff like that. Definitely you want to get your protein from nutrition sources, real food. And then that's why supplementation, you add, let's say I'm trying to have an intake of 200 grams of protein a day. Oh, I have 50 left. I can do a shake, 2 scoops of protein, 25 grams each. There's my supplementation, and there I hit 200 grams of protein. So protein is protein, guys, but definitely you want to get your protein from natural nutritional sources and then supplementation. Who has the perfect body in Hollywood, male or female? Honestly, I have a lot of people that I look up to physique wise. If I could choose somebody that I really like their physique, would definitely be Mr. Olympia men's physique, Jeremy Buendia, and very close, Sadiq Hadzovic. He's number 2 in the world. Definitely check out their physique, guys. For being an NPC competitor myself, I definitely respect those guys so much and everything that they've done. In terms of female, probably Nikki Blackketter. Like, she looks amazing, and she's definitely one of the most popular fitness females out there. So I definitely follow her YouTube channel, and great physique. Honestly, this is from Caesar. Honestly, what's the most challenging part of training? Training is so easy, guys. It's the easiest part of the day because it is 90 minutes. 90 minutes of your day. What do you do with the other to 22 and a half hours, right? I think that's the most challenging part. But when it comes to training, I think that your mindset and being motivated are very key. If you go into the gym, you have to leave everything outside those doors in order to get a great workout, perform to your optimal level, and focus on the training. For me, I love to train, so I look forward to training every day. I wake up at 6 a.m. and I'm constantly thinking about 5:30. Is it 5:30 yet? So I can go train. There's definitely no problem, but the days that I'm not motivated, the days that things are going wrong and I show up to the gym, those are the days that makes it challenging to go train. So that's another great question. Deliska asks, is 1 gallon of water a day really the best amount of water for the body? Well, this is what has been researched, is that you can drink up to I think it's 1 ounce. It's 1 ounce per pound of body weight. So if you weigh 200 pounds, technically you can drink up 200 ounces of water. I personally wouldn't recommend that because that is a lot of water. But if you stick to about 1 gallon a day, which is 128 ounces, that is safe, guys. That is safe. That's equivalent to 16 ounces of those like Poland Spring or Pure Life bottles. You can do 8 of those, or I personally like to just have the 1 gallon jug and sip, throughout the day with my meals. And then whatever's left, I go to the gym and I just keep using that water with everything, with my protein shakes, with my pre-workout, with my BCAAs during training. And I just, at the end of the day, if the jug is empty, if the gallon is empty, you know that you hit your water intake for the day. So personally, that's how much water I drink. 128 ounces is 1 gallon. And if you weigh, 100 pounds, then I would stick to 1 ounce per pound of body weight. Easy enough, right? Next question, Ed, how much this lifestyle has influence in your personal life? Personal life, when it comes to maybe, if the question I'm understanding correctly, when it comes to friends, family, when it comes to being social, your personal life, going out, it definitely has an effect, but you also have to find balance, because just because I'm a bodybuilder or a fitness model doesn't mean that I'm not gonna go out and enjoy a birthday with my family, or that I'm just gonna be stuck in my room. Absolutely not. There's a time and a place. When you're competing, when you're focused on a goal, when you're dieting, that's the time where, okay, I have to focus, I have to buckle down. I need to make sure I'm hitting my protein intake. I'm making sure I'm not spilling over and eating foods that I'm not supposed to eat. But when it comes to, training, you deserve to, go have a cheat meal every once in a while, or enjoy food. There's nothing wrong with enjoying food. People think that bodybuilders have to eat clean 24/7, and like I said, yes, when you're dieting, but I do a great job. I think balance is the most important word to take out of that question. Finding balance, see what works for you, and understand that, okay, I'm gonna eat clean for 1 week because Saturday is, my brother's birthday, and we're gonna go enjoy it. So that is a great question. Next question from Mr. South Americ, or Americ. Is it possible to bulk and tone at the same time? Guys, I get that question a lot. Now, this is a little bit on that line where it's yes and no. If you're a beginner at the gym, and let's say you're what they call skinny fat, meaning you're not, don't have a big build to you, but you do have some fat, you don't have abs, you're not shredded, you're tall and lengthy, or just anyone in general who goes to the gym, your body, if you're a beginner, doesn't know, what it is to weight train. So your hormones are gonna go crazy. You don't know, your body won't know how to react. The stimulation of weight training and weight bearing exercise is gonna completely change your body composition. And that's why you see people go from 20% body fat to 8% within 4-6 months of dieting, of clean eating, of training. Why? Because they're new to this. Where somebody like me who's been training 2 years, it takes that much more to stimulate in order to grow muscle, in order to burn fat, because your body's used to it. Your body knows, your body understands that, hey, I'm gonna train an hour and 30 minutes every day. And I know what I'm gonna eat. I know I'm gonna get protein. I know I'm gonna get these carb sources. So as the years go by, it's harder to see big changes in your physique. So that is a great question. But getting back to that, no, you cannot bulk technically and tone up at the same time. If you want to tone up, you have to be in a caloric deficit, and you got to make sure you're doing your cardio, slow, steady state, in order to burn that fat and target that fat. And if you want to bulk, you have to be in a surplus, meaning you're eating more calories, you're consuming more calories than you are burning or that you are expending, and therefore you add on the weight. Okay, next question from Alpha. How strict is your diet? Do you eat freely and compensate by working out harder, or do you follow a hardcore diet and devoid of any delicious, evil, love handle generating nourishment? That is a great question, but honestly, right now, I'm gonna reiterate on another question. When you set aside 12-16 weeks to give it everything you've got in order to step on stage and look shredded, you're not gonna be worried about snacks and cookies and pizza and all that good stuff. There's a time and a place for that. I'm not saying that in my life I completely cut food. Believe me, I'm the opposite. In a couple months, guys, I'm gonna be bulking, and I'm gonna be eating pizza, I'm gonna be eating burgers, I'm gonna be going out and enjoying food, but it's because I'm on a different schedule. I'm on a bulking schedule. I deserve that, because I'm gonna go from 3% body fat to trying to build muscle. And like I just said in the previous question, in order to build muscle, in order to quote unquote bulk, you have to be in a caloric surplus. So that's what I'm gonna eat, everything I want. Yes, I'm gonna have a macro range, but it's gonna be much wider, much broader than, right now, where I'm getting ready for a competition. So right now, yes, my diet is strict, but like I said, it's temporary and it's for a purpose. I'm getting ready for a show. It might, for you, might be getting that beach body, getting toned up for summer. But yeah, guys, we have another question from Gonzalez, BC NYC, and the question is, how much time should I do cardio and weight train? Okay, so this is based off me. I like to weight train 7 days a week. I love going to the gym. If I don't know what to do if there's a day that quote unquote rest day. I feel like the more I train, the less sore I am, and that's called frequency training. If I'm hitting a split, let's say I hit legs, chest and back, and then like arms, and then I do it all over again. So then legs, chest, back, and then arms. I hit those major muscle groups twice in 1 week. If by the 7th day I feel like a rest day is needed because I'm sore, I'm tired, I have something to do, okay, I'll take a rest day. My body needs it. But technically, I am training 7 days a week. And I'm talking about weight training. I like to train an hour to an hour and 30 minutes. I was gonna say an hour and 90 minutes, but 90 minutes or an hour and 30 minutes, okay? And in terms for cardio, when I'm bulking, my body, I'm an ectomorph. An ectomorph means I'm tall, lengthy, I have small wrists, small ankles, small calves. So I was always, very flat chested and not much muscle mass to me. So therefore, genetically, I have a very low body fat, meaning I can not do cardio and still stay shredded. But if you're a little bit heavier person, if you're what they call endomorph, which have a little bit more fat on you, genetically speaking, or a mesomorph where you're right in the middle. Yeah, you can be in a surplus, but that fat, that body fat percentage will increase much more. And therefore, I would suggest that you do cardio at least 3 to 5 times a week. 30 minutes, depending what exercise. It can be even playing basketball or any type of aerobics. And then the other question was, do I have to take more protein than carbohydrates? I think I touched before on that and on a previous question. And like I said, if you're trying to burn fat or get shredded, you do what's called carb cycling, where some days you eat less carbs and you force your body to break down protein and fat because that's what you're giving your body. And then there's other days where you have a little bit more carbs, your body takes in those nutrients, and your metabolism all of a sudden, starts working again, starts picking up the pace. And you'll see that over time, yes, you're in a caloric deficit, you're just changing your macronutrient ranges. So one day a bit higher carbs, the other day higher protein. It gets more specifically when it comes to how much time you've been training. When it comes to your body, your genetics, whether you're ectomorph, mesomorph, endomorph. So all that comes into place. And the final question is, how many meals should I eat during the day? Guys, it's all up to you. Personally, I love to eat. Every 3 hours, I'm looking for something to eat. So I'm huge on eating. So I personally like 6 meals a day. I like breakfast. I like 3 major meals and then 2 snacks in between the day, and then right before bed, eating a nice meal so I'm not hungry overnight and my body is breaking down that food and I wake up, refreshed and nourished. So I like 6 meals a day. Some people like 3 meals a day and have bigger portions. At the end of the day, it's all about hitting your macronutrients, meaning your grams of carbs, your grams of protein, your grams of fat, and your total amount of calories. I recommend 6 meals a day simply because your body's metabolism will constantly be working. Your body won't stop working. Think about your body as a furnace. If you add a big piece of wood into that furnace, it's gonna take forever to break down. It's gonna take forever, and then it'll light up, and then all of it, it lights up, and then it'll die down for a really long time. Where if you're just constantly adding a little bit of some wood chips, more wood chips, more wood chips, that furnace, the fire is gonna keep, expanding, growing, dying down, expanding, growing. And so I think about my body as a furnace. You're constantly giving it food, it's breaking it down, it's storing it, it's sending it to the muscles. And if you're trying to build muscle, that's what I would recommend, because it's constantly breaking down protein, sending it to those muscles, make sure they recover, and you're building muscle. So I just want to thank everybody who submitted a question. I think that's all. I'm almost 20 minutes into this video, so I just want to announce the winner for the ANS Relentless Pre-Workout 30 servings that I will be sending, and it is Jason Aragon _. So Jason, congratulations, awesome question. The question was, where do you see yourself in 5 years? It was the first comment on my Instagram, and they did follow ANS Supplements and myself. So thank you so much for supporting me and answering those questions. And to everyone who submitted a question, just know that I appreciate your support, and hopefully you guys took away something from this Q&A. And I will also be sending you guys some awesome stuff, so be on the lookout for that. Please make sure that if you like this video, let me know, and I would love to keep doing Q&A for you, informing you guys, sharing my experience and what's worked for me. So that's gonna be a wrap, guys. I want to thank you so much for tuning into my first Q&A. It was very exciting. I love sharing knowledge with you all. Make sure that you like this video. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't. And in the description box, there is a link to my ANS supplements. You go there, use my discount code PN108ANS and save yourself 10% off. I highly recommend all of their supplements. I use them, I believe in them, they're great tasting, they have proven results for me in the gym, so I won't steer you guys wrong, I promise. So thank you guys for tuning into this video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Stay safe.